war in northwest Syria has escalated once again, with opposition forces launching a large-scale offensive in Idlib province. On November 29, 2024, they successfully captured several villages and a strategic military base, exposing the fragility of the 2020 ceasefire agreement. The Assad government, supported by Russia and Iran, has gradually regained territory during the civil war. Russia provides military strikes and diplomatic protection, while Iran supports Assad with financial aid and ground forces. However, this reliance on external powers carries long-term risks, as domestic challenges in Russia and Iran could weaken their assistance to Syria. The latest conflict has intensified the humanitarian crisis, displacing hundreds of families and overwhelming refugee camps. Geopolitically, Turkey supports opposition forces, while Russia backs the Assad government, further escalating tensions in the Middle East. The international community must push for renewed ceasefire negotiations and provide urgent humanitarian aid to prevent further deterioration. Achieving peace will require international cooperation and political solutions to bring stability and hope to the region. Welcome to Black Bloc Hong Kongers, your go-to channel for in-depth discussions on international politics and global crises. Stay tuned as we uncover the truths behind the headlines. Like, share, and subscribe to join our community of critical thinkers. The war in northwest Syria has reignited, raising international concerns about the region's stability. On November 29, 2024, the Wall Street Journal reported that opposition forces launched a major offensive in Idlib province, capturing several villages and a strategically significant military base. This conflict is seen as the most severe escalation since the 2020 ceasefire agreement, highlighting its fragility. The conflict zone is highly complex. Idlib is the last major stronghold for opposition forces and extremist groups in Syria. Since the outbreak of the civil war in 2011, the Assad government, supported by Russia and Iran, has gradually regained most of the country. However, the northwest region remains outside its full control. The 2020 ceasefire agreement, brokered by Russia and Turkey, temporarily stabilized the area. Over time, however, the lack of enforcement exposed the agreement's inability to sustain long-term peace. Throughout the decade-long civil war, Assad's regime has relied heavily on two key allies, Russia and Iran. Russia formally intervened in 2015, deploying its air force to conduct intensive strikes against opposition forces and extremist groups, turning the tide of the war. Russia also supplied advanced weapons and military advisors to strengthen Assad's forces. Beyond military support, Russia's involvement is driven by geopolitical interests, as Syria's Tartus port serves as Russia's only naval base in the Mediterranean, vital for its global strategy. Additionally, Russia has repeatedly vetoed UN Security Council resolutions against Syria, shielding Assad diplomatically. Similarly, Iran has provided comprehensive support to the Assad government. It offered substantial financial aid to alleviate Syria's economic crisis and deployed Revolutionary Guard forces and allied militias like Hezbollah to assist in ground operations. Iran's support stems not only from religious ties with Assad's Alawite regime, a Shia sect, but also from strategic objectives, such as securing supply lines to Hezbollah in Lebanon. This support has enabled Assad to achieve multiple battlefield victories and strengthen his position in negotiations. However, reliance on external powers has also created challenges. Assad's government must consider the interests of both Russia and Iran in its domestic policies, limiting its independence. Meanwhile, economic sanctions and internal issues in Russia and Iran could reduce their long-term support for Syria. Russia, facing economic constraints, may scale back its involvement, while Iran's domestic unrest and financial difficulties could similarly restrict its aid. This decline in external support could create opportunities for opposition forces to regain strength. potentially plunging Syria back into chaos. The humanitarian impact of this conflict is particularly dire. Hundreds of families have fled their homes, overwhelming already strained refugee camps and exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. According to the UN, over 6 million Syrians have been displaced since the start of the civil war, with many living in dire conditions. This new wave of violence increases pressure on international aid organizations, highlighting the urgent need for assistance. The offensive also has significant geopolitical implications. Turkey has long supported some opposition factions, while Russia backs the Assad government. This stark division further intensifies political rivalries in the Middle East, with Russia unable to fully support Syria due to domestic pressures. Opposition forces may exploit this situation to expand their influence. Looking ahead, Syria's path to peace faces formidable obstacles. Negotiations between Assad and opposition groups have stalled, while external power struggles further complicate the resolution. The international community must act decisively to promote new ceasefire agreements and provide urgent humanitarian aid to support affected populations. This war serves as a stark reminder that Syria's civil war cannot be resolved through military means alone. Achieving lasting peace requires broader international cooperation and support. Only through multilateral collaboration and political solutions can Syria's war-torn land find peace and stability. Finally, we'd like to hear your opinion. Can Syria's crisis be resolved through international cooperation, or will geopolitical rivalries continue to obstruct peace efforts? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions on global politics and humanitarian issues. Thank you for watching Black Bloc Hong Kong's Global Insight Network. Like, share, and subscribe for in-depth analyses on international politics and critical issues. Explore these videos next and join the conversation for a more insightful world.